I'm about to do something terrible.
Gather round, boys and girls, it's time for another wholesome tale where Deadpool messes with another member of the Marvel Universe. This week, I'll be recounting the time where he did the impossible. This is how Deadpool actually snuck into Wakanda. Yeah, that Wakanda. Let's get started. So let's take a step back and look at the comic book versions of Black Panther and Deadpool. Like his MCU counterpart, T'Challa became both King of Wakanda and its ultimate superhero after the demise of his father. He went on to become an Avenger and one of the coolest heroes in the Marvel Universe. All that's pretty much the same with one minor difference. Wakanda is 200 times more intense in the comics. In the MCU, Wakanda is this beautiful place begging for a section of Disney World. In Marvel, it certainly still is beautiful, but also way more brutal. For instance, there was that time when the Skrulls invaded the entire planet. They seemed to think it would be a good idea to take on Wakanda. It was not. Basically, the whole thing ended with a ton of Skrull invaders having their corpses brutally dismembered under a sign that read, "This is what happens when you invade Wakanda." I must have missed that Infinity War deleted scene. So yeah, it's safe to say that Wakandans take their autonomy and secrecy pretty seriously. Like a spaceship full of mutilated alien invaders seriously. As far as Wade Wilson goes, he's pretty much like his Ryan Reynolds counterpart, only with one minor difference of his own. Comic Deadpool is 200 times sillier. Like, you know how the Deadpool movies always come around in the end to make Wade seem like a grounded character despite all of his antics? That's not always how it goes down in the comics. Wade has gone on a number of wacky, over-the-top adventures featuring the likes of Thanos, the Smurfs, and of course, Spider-Man. You know who doesn't have these kinds of wacky, cartoonish adventures? Black Panther. Seriously, I've been reading Black Panther comics for a long time, and I don't think a single issue is silly or in any way Animaniacs-esque. So what happens when Marvel's silliest character comes to Marvel's most serious place? That's right, a big superhero fight. The comic Black Panther vs. Deadpool offers exactly what you think it would and more. After briefly catching up with Black Panther during a Wakandan holiday, the comic opens up on a classic Deadpool highway fight scene practically pulled right out of the movie. The only problem is that there's actually some collateral damage that Wade cares about. The Fantastic Four's mailman, Willie Lumpkin, is one of Marvel's most lovable characters. It doesn't hurt that he looks just like Stan Lee. Unfortunately, Willie is hurt during Wade's superheroing, and there's nothing anyone can do. Well, except there's this rare treatment using vibranium that the doctor, who apparently likes setting up superhero fights, tells Wade about. So Deadpool ends up jetting off to Wakanda, which is no small feat. Strangely enough, Wade accomplishes this by dressing up like an animal in order to be shipped off with a shipment of other animals to Wakanda. Once he arrives, he wastes no time getting right down to the superhero action. After T'Challa refuses to give him any vibranium, Deadpool attacks him and gets torn apart, literally. Apparently, T'Challa and Shuri created a beam that was able to cut and heal simultaneously. That means that when Deadpool's arm was cut off, it wouldn't grow back. Black Panther then throws Wade out and decides to study the arm. He discovers that Wade Wilson doesn't actually have a healing mutation. His cancer does. That's why he never heals all the way back to full Ryan Reynolds. He also does an experiment where he basically figures out the cure to death. This would be Wakanda's greatest scientific breakthrough, and it would all be thanks to Deadpool. Then Deadpool crashes back through to Wakanda from a plane, sporting a new arm from a decapitated zebra. He and Black Panther fight and then are called away by a supervillain. Jack-O-Lantern is pretty easy for them to take down, but once T'Challa tells Deadpool to take care of him, he's shocked to see Wade shoot him in the head. Really, T'Challa, you should have seen that one coming. This proves to be the last straw, and Black Panther cuts Wade's head off. He then takes the decapitated and dismembered merc back to his lab. Unfortunately, Wade had a hidden bomb in his belt that goes off, sending T'Challa sprawling and frees Deadpool's body to heal. Deadpool then has free reign of the lab, which he uses to get his own Black Panther suit, dubbing himself Pantherpool. Both Panthers square off, and Wade finally addresses the elephant that's been in the room since 2018. That both of their movie franchises featured a Wakanda Forever style arm cross. As you would guess, Black Panther shrugs this off and attacks. This time, things don't go his way and Deadpool escapes. He finds his way to the vibranium where he tries to steal a sliver but ends up accidentally transporting the entire mountain to New Jersey. T'Challa tracks him down and the two have one more fight that even Deadpool admits he lost. It's then he asks T'Challa to look at his soul and see if he is truly a good or bad person. Finally, T'Challa begins to understand Wade. In his heart, he really is trying to change, even if it's hard. The two heroes take a moment to bond before T'Challa does the thing everyone knew he'd do from the start. He takes Wade to the hospital and uses the techniques he learned from Deadpool's body to save Willie's life. So this definitely means that Ryan Reynolds is going to be in Black Panther 2, right? At the very least, he should go to Wakanda in Deadpool 3. Yeah, I think that'd be epic.